this third episode of Product of the Week, we're going to talk about Coca Cola bottles. The glass Coca Cola bottle was created 100 years ago. Raymond Loewy, a famous industrial designer, says that it is the perfect liquid wrapper. The glass bottle was the oldest container used by Coca Cola. Then came the aluminum cans in 1960, and after that, in 1993, they started manufacturing in plastic bottles. The iconic design of the glass bottle started with wanting to protect Coca-Cola from its rivals and competitors like Coca-Cola, 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 and Coke. So the company created a design competition to set themselves apart through their bottle design. The Root Glass Company put together a team in charge of designing this new bottle. While they were doing research, they came across a sketch of a bean that had like an elongated shape and some very visible ribs. They used this sketch to inspire their bottle design. So I'm going to show you quickly how the bottle evolved. Alright, let's look at these bottles together. So the first bottles that Coca-Cola was distributed in was this really like rectangular, like long, like, you know, straight shape. It had Coca-Cola embossed on it already, which is also an iconic part of the design of the glass bottle. So this is the one that I'm talking about in the video, as I showed before. So when they started wanting to set themselves apart, they created this bottle. And this one, the particularity it had is that it started to take, you know, a kind of silhouette of its own, you know, that set itself apart from this bottle here. And so you can still see the Coca-Cola logo embossed into the glass. And they added this, you know, this shape, this new, you know, packaging shape for the logo. And they wanted to set themselves apart using that, but their competitors just copied them as well and used this shape to print their logo on. This is when the team, this is the bottle that won the design competition, the team from the Root Glass Company. So the bean, yeah. The bean inspired this shape. It had these ridges on it, so that's what you can see here. And this is what makes the bottle, you know, really stand out. This, you know, kind of hobble skirt shape that really sets it apart from these first bottles. And then obviously the design evolved into what it is today. But as you can see, I mean, they did like refine the shape, and it's a lot more, you know, slim and modern, especially this last one. Here you can already see, you can already recognize the plastic version in this bottle here. And yeah, you can still see these ridges that were the original, you know, thing that made people recognize the bottle design. Coca-Cola has played a huge role in American culture and consumer society. They have, through truly ingenious marketing strategies, created the image of Santa Claus, of the American Santa Claus that we know today. One of the first well-known artists to use the Coca-Cola bottle design in one of their pieces was Salvador Dali in his painting Poetry of America, I think, yes, where many believe that he tackled racial issues. So when you can see in the painting that represented Africa in the background, and that there's this drop of black substance falling from the Coca-Cola bottle and onto a white sheet. And so some people believe that this is his way of, you know, bringing up racial injustices in America at that time. Next was Andy Warhol. He was famous for, you know, showing consumer society in his art pieces. You can imagine the can of soup painting that he did. And so he was the second to represent Coca-Cola's glass bottle design. In his painting of the Coca-Cola bottle, he simultaneously made the bottles look unique and the same. He was always criticizing and glorifying the American consumer society. He said, "A Coke is a Coke. No amount of money can get you a better Coke than the Coke that the homeless person on the street is drinking." Coca-Cola uses glass molding for their bottles, and they manufacture industrially, obviously. This technique where we start with raw materials, so you can take sand, limestone, and lots of other materials. After that, they burn these materials at 1,500 degrees Celsius, and then they take pieces of molten glass and they cut them, and then a tube comes and takes the molten glass and puts it in a mold. Now that tube can also blow air into the molten glass, so as soon as the glass is inserted into the mold, the tube will blow air out inside the molten glass, and it'll get the glass to go and stick to the mold, and basically the air will create the pocket inside the bottle. When the glass is formed, the mold will open and the glass will come out. So the mold opens in half, which is why you always have a line that goes through the middle of the glass bottles. You can see this on beer bottles, on Coke bottles, on any kind of glass bottles usually have this line go through them. They use the same method for their plastic bottles, with obviously changing the glass material to plastic material. Today they still use mainly plastic bottles for their production. They produce about 3 million tons of plastic per year, or 200,000 plastic bottles a minute. According to BBC News, the head of sustainability of Coca Cola has come out and said that they will not stop using plastic because their customers like it. And they like the fact that the bottles are resealable and that they are lightweight. Being that they are the most polluting brand in the world, Coca Cola has pledged to recycle as many plastic bottles as it uses by 2030. A lot of environmentalists are skeptical about this fact, and they don't believe that Coca Cola will be collecting much, and that a lot of their bottles will just end up in landfills. So what do you think Coca-Cola should do to be more environment friendly? Why is Coca-Cola waiting until 2030 to start recycling? Could better design be the key to making bottles sealable so customers buy glass instead of plastic? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I'll see you later.